video is about Alexander the Great and his empire. Alexander the Great was an ambitious conqueror who tried to rule the entire world and spread Greek culture while at the same time adopting the cultures of those he conquered. He accomplished so much by the age of 33, but died young. I think this quote best summarizes his ambition. It is by T.E. Lawrence, also known as Lawrence of Arabia, who lived long after the time of Alexander. The quote reads, "All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their minds wake in the day to find that it was all vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dreams with open eyes to make it possible." For better or for worse, Alexander dreamed big. In this video, I will cover Ancient Macedonia, King Philip II of Macedon, the conquests of Alexander the Great, the spreading of Greek and Hellenic culture, and Alexander's death and legacy. Topic number 1 is Ancient Macedonia. Macedonia was a Greek kingdom in what is now the northern part of Greece, bordering other ancient civilizations such as the Illyrians and the Thracians. It was also called Macedon, and those terms can be used interchangeably. Its capital city was Pella, which ruins are found in modern-day Greece. The Greek city-states of Athens and Sparta fought each other with the help of their allies during the Peloponnesian War. This made them weak. So the northern kingdom of Macedonia saw an opening and conquered the weakened city-states under King Philip II and Alexander. Remember, the ancient kingdom of Macedonia is not to be confused with the modern-day country that calls itself Northern Macedonia. These are two separate things. Although the ancient kingdom of Macedonia included some of this territory, it's been a controversial topic. The northern part of Greece is called Macedonia, and its biggest city is named Thessaloniki. Topic number 2 is King Philip. King Philip was the father of Alexander the Great. King Philip II united the Macedonians and organized a well-trained army to invade the southern city-states in Greece. He was murdered in 336 BCE and Alexander succeeded him. King Philip let the other Greek city-states keep their freedoms, and he united most of these city-states that had had a history of fighting each other. He should not be confused with King Philip II of Spain, who was also a very successful monarch, but during the Renaissance. King Philip's strategy was the Macedonian phalanx, which was a formation of foot soldiers with very long spears who protected their fellow soldiers with shields. His tomb is in Vergina, Greece, near the city of Thessaloniki. Topic number 3, the Conquests of Alexander. Alexander was only 20 when he took the throne. He wanted to accomplish his father's mission of conquering Persia. Alexander's first major accomplishment was to crush the rebellion by the city-state of Thebes. After this, he set his sight on other parts of the world. Fighting the Persians would give the squabbling Greeks a common enemy, so Alexander went on to conquer Anatolia, which at the time was part of the Persian Empire. He also conquered Egypt. Many claim that he never lost a battle in his 15 years of conquest. Later, he went on to conquer the lands of Syria, Phoenicia, Judea, Mesopotamia, and Bactria. He reached the kingdoms of what is now India and had to turn back because his troops were homesick. Imagine what he could have done if he had lived a full life. Topic number 4, the spreading of Greek culture. Alexander was tutored by the Greek philosopher Aristotle. Aristotle was the student of another famous Greek philosopher named Plato, who lived in Athens. One goal was for Alexander to establish Greek-style cities around his expanding empire. These cities had many of the features found in all Greek city-states, such as temples, marketplaces, and theaters. Alexander also wanted all officials to speak in Greek in these cities to help spread Greek laws, art, and literature. The most important city that Alexander established was Alexandria. This city was in Egypt and had one of the biggest libraries in the world. And last on the list is Alexander's legacy. Alexander returned to Babylon after years of fighting. His armies were homesick and he turned back from India. He died in Babylon in 323 BCE. His generals fought for control among themselves over the empire that he conquered in his short period of time. The time between his passing and the Roman Empire is called the Hellenistic period. Hellenization is the spread of Greek culture, people, and language across the former Persian Empire and other areas that Alexander conquered. Eventually, the land was divided into several kingdoms. Egypt, Syria, and Greece were three of the main ones. Greek power eventually faded from these conquered lands, but the culture and the influence of the Greeks lasted for centuries. This Peppy list covered 5 important topics about Alexander the Great. I covered Ancient Macedonia, King Philip, the Conquests of Alexander, the spreading of Greek culture, and Alexander's legacy. If you like my YouTube channel, please subscribe to show your support. The next video I plan to make is on the legacy of the Greeks. Remember, Alexander the Great conquered all this land and accomplished so much by the age of 33. Don't forget to have big dreams and change the world for the better.